Yeah, I can hear you.
Let's just get some volume levels. I'm going to track now. I have another great idea. What's for lunch? What kind of sandwich do you want?
Oh, kind of had a sandwichy type thing for breakfast, so maybe have a salad.
Fine.
Fine.
Fine. Okay, Eve, you ready? Let's go for fertility collection, embracing resilience in your own time.
We are going to practice the mountain meditation. I think for me, the image of a mountain has been a really helpful metaphor because a mountain is strong and grounded. Through all of the seasons changing, it still sits. And I think there's so many lessons around resilience that we can learn. You know, in our own life, we go through so many of our own seasons, storms. Through it all, can we have that sense of groundedness, that sense of strength, of power, as we navigate the seasons of our own life?
This has been a cool thing to work on. What's so crazy to me is I looked at my phone today. It marks 6 years to the day. The first day you and I recorded, and when I tried to convince you to come in here and record some stuff. Now look,
Oh
to the
my
day.
goodness! Who looks so young? Wow, just looking at that, and it's a reminder that I never imagined in a million years that I would step into becoming a teacher for Headspace. Like, just wild how things unfold.
So seeing that photo, what would you tell Eve 6 years ago about where you're gonna be?
It's a big question, Scotty. You can do really hard things that you wouldn't expect you could do. Be so compassionate with yourself. You don't know what's around the corner, and it's gonna be okay. I think it would be really great to speak to my friend Robin. She's a mum of 2, and her wife went on a pretty long fertility journey, so I'm sure she'll have some really good words of wisdom for me. Hey, Robin. It's nice to see you again.
You as well, Eve. Always a pleasure.
You know, we are doing a fertility collection. It's been amazingly supportive to have conversations with other people, knowing whether you're trying to conceive, preparing for a treatment, procedure. Okay, I'm not alone. And right now, I don't know my outcome, but I am hopeful that there will be one. So Thank you for talking to me.
I'm happy to. It's a hard process.
For a lot of people, getting pregnant, having a family is not that easy.
Sure is not.
And in my experience, that unfortunately has not been the case. And I think also everyone's situations are different.
It doesn't always coincide with you and your feelings. And it's not a romantic process. It is not a fun process. When you go down a fertility path, you are catapulted into a world that is about money, that is about timing, that is about stress and pressure and a longing.
The anxiety and the uncertainty just explodes. I'm doing everything I can within my control. And then suddenly people telling you, try not to get stressed. And you're like,
yeah, don't be stressed.
Thanks.
It affects your outcome. It can be very disheartening and watching every penny go out of your checkbook of what you've planned on or what you're hoping. It will continue to be out of control. Everything is 100 times harder than anyone will tell you. Everything is no longer up to you. And I'll tell you, I know a little bit about you, Eve, and I know a lot about myself, and I know we both like a hint of control.
A little bit.
And it doesn't, those two things don't go well together. So it's like I always tell everyone, anything that you are able to do to remember that it's going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. I always make a big pitch for being really open.
Yeah, and that was part of my motivations really in speaking out and saying, look, I'm on this journey, and it's been a long journey, and we've been through so many ups and mainly downs. With this process, you really do have to let go of that wholeheartedly, really, because sometimes the plan that you had actually isn't the best plan.
Yeah.
The more you fixate on something being a certain way, it's almost like the more it resists against you.
And know that while you're in this hard time, you're actually building your parenting community already.
I love that.
I wanted to ask you, and I hope this isn't too personal, but are you open to a pivot if it doesn't turn out this way? Are you open to donor eggs, donor sperm? Is that on your radar? Because I always want to know from people, what's more important, having a baby or being a parent?
Yeah, that's such a good question. And I think it's something I've had to really work on is trusting that it will unfold the way it's supposed to. But goodness me, that is hard when you have setbacks, when you have, oh, sorry, yet again, this hasn't worked. Let's try again. And you're like, it just takes a piece out of you every single time.
Let the support in. You are not alone. Many, 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 many people have struggled with this. I'm just sending all the love your way. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It just will.
Thank you. It will. It will. All right, my dear. Well, look, lots and lots of love, and we'll speak soon.
Seems like that Robin question at the end stirred up some emotions.
Yeah. I think for me, for us right now, we really just need to focus on what's right in front of us. I'm not saying those questions haven't entered my mind, but right now, I need to be present with what is happening right now. It's very easy to get pulled into what if scenarios. I want to be as present as I can. And so I think it's this balance of setting your own boundaries and what you feel comfortable talking about. You know, this has been really hard for me to share and quite painful at times, but if I'm feeling how I'm feeling, I know so many other people are feeling it too. And sometimes you just don't want to say. This lovely notion in meditation, we're making friends with ourselves. And I think there's something just really beautiful about that. Like, can you be your own best friend? Our friendships, our relationships go through ups and downs, so it's not always going to be easy. But I think it can be a really beautiful journey to go on. And there's no time like the present to start it. One of my main motivations for having these conversations, sharing some of my own stories and chatting with friends and others who are on this journey, I think one of the biggest takeaways for me truly is I'm not alone, but whoever is on this journey, no matter where you are on this journey, you are not alone either. The practice of loving kindness, sending myself good wishes, but sending them out as well, will be something that I think I'm really going to lean on as I go forward.
Cheers. Do we cheers with tea?
Like some days, all you'll want to do is shut yourself away. You won't want to see friends. You won't want to talk to anybody. You won't want to share anything. And that, my friends, is perfectly okay. I too have had those days. But also, I think there is real beauty and wisdom in leaning on your community, your chosen family, for that support. Because you don't have to do this journey alone. I think that's something I've had to grapple with as well, is what do I share, what do I not? The truth is we all need a helping hand at different points in our lives. And I think I would say don't be afraid to ask for that help. And don't be afraid to say how you're actually feeling. That might be saying, you know what, let's not talk about it right now. Let's think about something else. Because that might be exactly what you need.
Meditation.
Now write me down, but yeah, what are we gonna do about meditation today? I don't know.
From me to whoever's watching, like, you're not alone. You are not alone. That's gonna make me cry.